Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. I'm Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, one half of AA Sports, and I'm here with my main man, my partner in crime. They call him the 6 foot and under post-up champ. Tell them who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A in the AA Sports. My post-up game is weak tonight. I ain't got nothing but pump fakes, but I'm going to pull it through.
Oh, man, you want some 12 to 14 minutes?
That's all I got for the people tonight. But it's going to come. You know, sometimes we start off with that low energy, and it comes to us. So
you run up down the court a couple times. You know, you get a little adrenaline. You know, slap board a couple times. Next day, hey, you in the game then. You in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we fully uniformed up because we are starting our football previews tonight. So we're going to bring it.
Yes. Yeah, of course, we're going to go over NFC East tonight, I think, is our division that we're going to kind of break down. You got the start of NFL camps for most teams. I think the Bears and Chargers, I want to say, Bears and Ravens, I think. They've been in camp for about a week already.
Yep.
You got a couple of teams starting tomorrow, this weekend. But everybody, for the most part, was in camp today. So we'll go over that. We do got some other NFL news and notes along with some NBA news, I believe, to go over. Well, again, the way we start this show, as always, I want to thank all of our listeners, followers, supporters. Again, give yourselves a pat on the back for following us and keeping up with our shows. We appreciate that. Just keep remembering to watch, hit that subscribe button when you go to the YouTube channel to watch our ugly ass faces. And when you go to the Spreaker app to listen, make sure you hit that star to follow us. Leave us comments on both platforms. You can find us at AA Sportscast, straight sports, no chaser, on both of those platforms. So, Uncle Hate, we'll get right on into it. Bringing the segment back, probably since before playoffs, right? But going back a little ways. Y'all know what time it is. In the club, free before 10. Yes, it's that time again, people. It's open bar. And let's see what we're pouring up for open bar. I know you said your energy low. You do your homework this week?
I got a little bit of homework I did this week. I got a little homework.
Stand up in front of the class and read.
All right. I want to give an L to the Georgia high school system as far as football for taking away all 8 of Marietta High School's wins last year. Come to find out, they had 2 ineligible players because their parents allegedly didn't work for the school. People, y'all know how that shit go. If the parents work for the school and the kids are supposed to be able to play, come to find out these kids' parents did not work for the school, so they took all 8 of their wins away. I did not know the new coach out there came from a winning program in Virginia, and kids wanted to come play for him. He won 2 state titles up there. So they took all their wins this past year. That just happened. So somebody had to snitch. High school is a big thing. High school football, at least down here in Georgia, is a big thing. But let them kids live, man. It should be like free agency. They should be able to go wherever they want.
Wait a minute. So they faked as if these kids' parents work for the school?
Sir, I got a homie. Well, one of my mom's friends, her son allegedly played for a school that she didn't work for. It's big business, people. That's how that shit works. They get them kids in them schools because they want them. Georgia high school football, like most high school football, is big business. So they just got caught out there.
U.S., especially here in Georgia, Alabama, South, Florida, South Carolina, down the South here, absolutely. So they put these parents on payroll? Were they getting checks?
They say they work for like the lunchroom, some shit like that, and they really don't. But some cases they do. But come to find out, these people out in Marietta, their parents did not work for them. They was just out there balling. So they got all 8 wins took. Hey, man, tough break. Tough break. Shout out to this young man in England, like across the pond. He beat an assault charge. He's 13 years old. He was locked up, him and his friends, for allegedly shooting a French fry at a woman through a straw. This case went on for 8 months. The woman was pressing charges for getting hit with a French fry. Let me ask you this, dog. Can you possibly fit a McDonald's French fry in a straw and actually shoot it?
What size is this? This is a big ass straw.
It's a big ass straw. That's what let you know this case was flawed as hell. They had this man going through this shit for 8 months.
You said a 13-year-old kid?
Him and his homeboys is in McDonald's in England, bullshitting around. Basically hit a woman in the face with a French fry. She put assault charges on him. Like that way. Hey, man, you beat that case. Keep your head up. We riding with you. In other news, Tekashi 6ix9ine. You've been calling for that smoke. Young man, you've been calling for that smoke in every venue possible. Radio, social media, anywhere you are, you've been calling for that smoke. Well, that smoke came for you on Saturday night. He was robbed for about, I want to say, $800,000 worth of jewelry, $20,000 in cash. People, we're old heads now, so we trying to teach y'all some stuff. Don't move that way. You can't be out here talking that shit, talking about you can't be touched. You can't be walking around with that much jewelry on you thinking these dudes who hungry out here in the street won't touch you. If I can recall, he's a little fella at that.
I'm sure he is. Most of the cats in the music industry are.
So you got to move different, young man. I don't want nobody to get shot, hurt, killed, or whatever, but you got pistol whooped and robbed, and that's not a good look for you. Move different. Do I got anything else? 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather.
Please give them one. Yeah.
Oh my God. Young men. Well, they're not even young men. They our age. Actually, Floyd's older than us. Y'all got to move different. I think you said it on Twitter a couple of weeks ago. If you and your homie got an issue, just fight. I mean, I know Floyd is, a boxer or whatever, but if the two of them are in a room, no gloves, just the two of them, I give 50 a fighting chance. Just shoot the 5.
Right.
Instead of sitting there snitching on each other left and right, dropping police cases and shit, just meet up in a room somewhere, fight, get it over with, go on about your business. Y'all too old for this shit. Entirely too old for it. But you give 50 a fighting chance, they in a room dolo, the two of them, right?
Oh, yeah, because this ain't no boxing ring. Ain't no ref to step in between. 50 grab his little ass. It's a wrap. Let's not get it twisted. The way if you fighting somebody with the hand speed of Floyd, you think you gonna sit outside and try to fight with him with space in between y'all? Nah, you gonna end up the 51st victim.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, last one.
That is crazy, son.
U.S. Tennis Association. Can y'all please stop testing Serena Williams? I mean, like, seriously. From what I read today, she has been tested, this for the 5th time in the month of June in 2018.
5 times?
5 times.
So what, they thought she was going juice up or something, trying to come back from having a baby and this, what have you?
Bruh, I mean, damn. 5 times in 2018 alone?
That's crazy.
It's 6 more months in the year. And she's been saying this for years now about them, her being the most heavily drug tested woman on the tour. But damn, that's a little bit aggressive, y'all. Do better. What you got, homie?
All right. Well, I got a few things in the crazy news world. We'll start off with a couple of sports ones. Something to touch on that we talked about last week. Hold on. Let me see if he's on the list for later on. You got Kawhi news?
Nah, I didn't do any basketball. I left it off.
All right, cool. So when we brought out last week, does Kawhi even have a Twitter, right? Or any kind of social media, right? Yeah. All right, so I went and looked. He does have a Twitter account.
Huh.
Don't get too excited. He has 6 followers and he has 4 tweets.
Oh, wow. When's the last time he tweeted?
2015.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, he ain't active on social media.
No.
Not at all. Also, I do listen to these shows. Go back and listen to these shows. I like to catch different things that we could like to critique ourselves and what have you. And also pick up on errors from time to time. We like to make sure we're giving y'all accurate information. Last week I said DeMar DeRozan came out of high school. That was incorrect. He did do 1 year at USC. So I wanted to clear that up. All right. Um, and okay, so let's get to the crazy news outside of the sports world.
Yes, sir.
Your boy, not mine. Your boy, R. Kelly.
Oh wow.
All right, for those of y'all don't know, people, R. Kelly came out with a 19-minute song this week called "I Admit." Basically, is like the song version of OJ's book "If I Did It." He goes on in this song. I haven't listened to the song. I'm not listening to 19 minutes, but I did pull I heard a couple of clips on the radio, and I pulled an article that gave some lines out of the song. I want to read a couple of these to y'all. Let me see. Where's it go? He said he had sex with younger women, but he's not a pedophile. He says, wait a minute. Where's the one? This is the one I want to get to. He said if it's the woman's parents' fault. He said he goes on to sing in his song, if you really, really want to know, her father dropped her off at my show and told this boy to put her on stage. I admit she was overage. I think it's supposed to say underage. I admit that I was feeling her, and I admit she was feeling me. I admit that that's the shit that comes from being a celebrity. I ain't chasing these ladies. These ladies chasing me. I admit that this is no disrespect to the parents, but this is my advice to you because I'm also a parent. Don't push your daughter in my face and tell me that it's okay, because your agenda is to get paid and get mad when you don't get your way. R. Kelly, folks. That's your boy, not mine. If y'all want some more, go and listen to the song. There's plenty more to make you cringe, pull out your hair, throw the computer.
It's like it's so fucked up because don't you feel dirty when you listen to his music now?
And that's the fucked up part about it. Because he got hits. He got hits and hits and hits and hits. And I don't care how you feel about R. Kelly, because I can say this for myself. The songs come on, you find yourself, you know, kind of moving to it, and then you have to catch us all like, oh, this motherfucker here is nasty, though.
I mean, he is
what do you do?
Out there. He blaming it on the parents? Seriously? Well, I did watch that documentary on him on YouTube, and you know, it was talking about back in the day when he first got on. He was cruising the streets of Chicago, and the word on the street was, "Hey, be careful, R. Kelly gonna come get you." He was on then, people, riding by McDonald's in the mall trying to catch little girls.
Right. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I hold the parents accountable as well. To a degree, he's absolutely right. He don't need to be the one saying it.
He don't need to be the one saying it.
Because with his reputation, going back to Aaliyah in those days, you know what I'm saying? You know his reputation. So, again, why would you, again, like he said, send your daughter to me? Tell me it's okay.
He's been Chester the child molester since like 1993. He's been out here.
He had us all food in that Honey Love video, didn't he?
Right. Who knew, man? Who knew?
All right, my last crazy story before we get into our NFL East breakdown. Jason Spencer, Republican, some kind of officer, the Republican officer, who went on, was it Sasha Borat? I just call him Borat. I still call him Borat. He went on his show, got his self caught up in some shit, repeating some offensive slurs, doing what was supposed to be some type of drill or exercise of what to do if terrorists strike. And at first he didn't want to resign, of course. He admitted doing it, talking about he felt pressured into doing it, yada, 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 or whatever. He didn't want to resign, but he got a lot of pressure, and he finally resigned today. But it's fucked up for him because he was about 6 months or so away from having 8 years of service and being able to get, I think, some kind of subsidized taxpayer health insurance for life.
That's a win.
Exactly. And since he resigned, he's not going to get it because he won't make the 8 years.
You know, we ain't talk about it last week, but, you know, that story you just told, that's real messed up. He's having a bad week, but old boy Papa John.
Hey, fuck them both.
He is having
like same guy. I don't know if you remember a while back. Can't remember the guy that was telling the black woman that if you remember they were trying to take down some Confederate statues here in Georgia.
Yeah.
And he was telling, I forget the black lady's name. He was telling her, if you got a big hand in this, or you proceed with this, that they just might find you missing, or they might find you in the trunk or something. You remember that? Maybe about a year or so ago. Same dude.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hey, man. Karma got a way of coming back around. You and Papa John catching them L's. Such is life.
Hey.
Life.
Pretty much.
All right, you ready to jump into it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get it in. Let's get it in.
We got a few tidbits we're gonna run through real quick, the rapid fire kind, before we get into our breakdown. Let's start off with Julio Jones. Julio Jones has made it clear that he was not going to camp. And I guess I didn't read this part of it. The Falcons already told him, like, in June, they weren't redoing his contract, like, right after minicamp. And he still is not going to camp at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Tough break, dog. I mean, I doubt he's going to eat. I doubt they're going to hit him with the fines, but you ain't got no leverage, Julio. In most cases, you can get your deal redone after when you get close to the last year. But you got 3 years left. Don't work that way. Tough break. Next up, Andrew Luck has been officially fully cleared for camp. He is, from what I've actually been told, he is going to play in the first preseason game. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to having him back.
Okay, so I assume he's back to throwing regulation size footballs.
Hey, if they're talking about him playing a preseason game on August 7th, he must be throwing real footballs. He must be. Speaking of, let's go Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley. We said last week when we were talking about Brandon Cooks, we said, man, they paid him and they still got to come up with Aaron Donald's money. They got to come up with Todd Gurley. They got to come up with the quarterback Goffs. Well, out the blue, Todd Gurley got the bag. 4 years, $60 million with $45 million guaranteed. Right. And that was like out of nowhere. Didn't see that one coming. But one thing you said to me on the side, we were talking about, and it made a whole lot of sense. Lev Bell could feel a type of way, but Lev Bell is 27. Todd Gurley is 23. They're getting his prime years, and they're going to ride his ass that whole time. But he's getting 45. He probably will see the full 60. He probably will.
I'm sure close to it. And just looking at, like I said, it's like $40 million guaranteed, which is, I think, the highest any running back has ever gotten. And also talking about how this could help reset the running back market.
Yeah.
Because you still got David Johnson, who's probably going to be next in line, I'm assuming. Zeke going to get paid next year.
Next summer.
Right. So you can very well see for certain type of guys, for those type of guys, 3-down bats, catch the ball out the backfield, 60-plus balls a year.
Yeah.
They see them starting to get $15 million. And all of a sudden, teams that like to try and do what the Pittsburgh Steelers did, which is basically franchise the hell out of your best guy, or one of your best guys with Lev Bell, until you can't franchise him no more until he used up.
Yeah.
That ain't going to work no more because the tag going to be higher because those top five salaries are going to be much more expensive. So it's going to cause some of these teams to redo some things. I wonder how the Pittsburgh Steelers feel right now.
Hey, they should have moved him. If you were gonna come with this fuck shit offer, they should have moved him. Cause if they're not gonna pay him that money, he's gone. He's gone next March.
Oh yes, pretty much over because they're not going to franchise him again at what 20 something million, I think.
For 1 year, I mean,
right.
No.
He's gonna be a free agent. He's not gonna give them a meeting.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna hit the open market. So when they didn't come to a deal by the deadline. That was pretty much it. He's gone.
Yeah, he's pretty much gone.
I can't see him now.
Nah, not at all. What else we got? This was kind of interesting to me. Josh Gordon came out, and I didn't like the press release about it, what the NFL had to say about it, because it kind of shed a light to make you think he failed another drug test. Talking about,
exactly.
That was real shitty what they did, because basically, Josh Gordon would not be reporting the first week of camp. Actually, they're not sure if when he's going to be in, but he's not going to be there at the start of camp. So with Josh's history, the first thing people thought, here we go again. He done failed a drug test. He done went and got drunk. He done did something.
Right.
Well, it had nothing to do with that. Come to find out, it was anxiety, and he was just wanting to make sure he was good going into the season because the pressure is on. I mean, they've been hyping him up all summer long, and it kind of got to him. But that was real shitty on the NFL's part. We're gonna look into this at a later time and all this. If he didn't fail a drug test, why y'all ain't come flat out and say there was no missed drug test, there wasn't a failed one. This is something personal he's dealing with. You do shit like that, and then you wonder why people look at y'all the way y'all do, the way people do. That was terrible.
Right. Yeah, they just add fuel to a fire that really they start. You don't even have to start the fire. That's what I've been saying it for a while. That's why I be sketchy with when I just read media headlines and people send me stories and things based on a headline.
Right.
Like, okay, did you read this though? You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't read shit without the context or go and get the details, then you might as well not even read it to start with. You know what I'm saying? Or not even respond to it to start with. So yeah, that was real fucked up. But that's the shit that the media do. That's just what they do.
With that man's history, you knew what that was going to be. You knew what people were going to think. And, hopefully he gets it together, keeps it together. It sounds like he's got it together. He just need to keep it,
Right, exactly.
And, I think it's interesting as far as with the drama involved to it because the Browns are on Hard Knocks. So that starts next week or the week after?
It'll probably be on, next week probably. They'll give them a full week of camp before they roll out the first episode. So, yeah, because the Hall of Fame game will be probably this Sunday, right? No, they moved it to like a Thursday or something.
Yeah, next Thursday, I believe, a week of Thursday. So, hopefully it works out for the young man. They came out and said that they were looking at Dez Bryant possibly to be signed. That kind of made me feel skeptical because that means if they're looking at bringing Dez in, they're not sure he's coming back anytime soon. Why would they even speak on that? Why would they drop his name unless they were doing that, for ulterior reasons, which I don't know. Why?
Yeah, I don't see Dez as a Josh Gordon replacement.
I don't either.
Yeah, because Josh Gordon, he can run fast, get separation, shit like that. So
yeah, I just don't understand why the GM would drop Dez's name in a press conference like that.
Right. I mean, I know sometimes when you have injuries and things going on during camp, you do teams pick up extra bodies at a certain position. If they know they're going to be short, sometimes it's just for the sake of getting reps in. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got enough heads to get reps in. But you normally don't do that with a player Dez Bryant's caliber. You normally do that with some scrub that's working at Best Buy right now. So
basically,
that's the type of player you normally do that with. So I don't know.
Right.
Dez don't really fit either one of those scenarios unless they don't feel comfortable with one of the other receivers, that's on the roster, which
I mean,
I can't really see that because camp just started.
Yeah, receiver's not an issue to me. Receiver ain't a problem for them. They seem okay at that position. So, even if you get Josh back later in the season, toward the end of camp or whatever, it's no reason to bring Dez in to me, but, we'll see. We'll see. All right, last story. Thing I got. This is the cautionary tale. Be careful, people, when you're throwing them stones in them glass houses. Be careful. Michael Irvin's name came up in that big sexual harassment case they got going on up there, NFL Network.
Oh,
a whole lot of them dudes, a whole lot of them dudes you saw on TV last year, you ain't been seeing them of late because they've been suspended behind that case. Well, I tell you this. I'm going to say this real quick right here, people. T.O. name ain't never came up in no bullshit like that. Ever.
Watch yourself.
But he's the bad guy, though. Don't get me wrong. He may have fucked up some teams, but Michael Irvin did a whole lot of shit in his time.
I don't think he fucked up the teams either.
No. But, that's what the narrative is. And I'll ride with that if that's what you want to say. But T.O. name ain't never came up in no criminal shit. Never, ever.
Nope.
Ever. But, he the bad guy, and everybody coming down on him. If what they've been doing with the rest of them, as soon as their names come up, they've been taken off the air. Michael Irvin might not be around for the start of this NFL season on NFL Network.
I can't see any reason why he can't be. Yeah, absolutely, he can't be.
So
Marshall Falk off the air too, right?
they took him off there like soon as it happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Him, the white dude Heath Evans, he was named in
I'm
it.
about to say the thick boy. Yeah, he. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So who left? Eric Davis.
Yeah, Reggie Wayne might get that spot. He from the U. He can get Michael Irvin's spot. Warren Sapp gone. Them dudes just up there wilding, man. Wilding. Hey,
Yeah.
but you throwing them stones in that glass house though. Hope he don't go back to smoking them crack rocks though. All right, Doc, let's get into it. All right, good people. We figured we start off our football preview with the NFC East because the Super Bowl champion came out the NFC East. I believe when we started this last year, I don't believe either one of us picked the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl. But dreams do come true and shit happens. And the Eagles won. So let's jump right on in. All right, the NFC East, the standings last year. The Eagles went 13-3. Dallas went 9-7. Washington went 7-9, and the Giants fell off the cliff at 3-13.
Wow, 3-13. Damn,
3-13. Look at
they were bad.
Look at the conference record. 1-11 in conference. It was a bad year for the New York Giants. But quarterbacks. Well, let's start with coaches. I don't really think it's a great division of coaches. It's kind of hard to pick who would you say is the best coach in that division. That's tough, ain't it?
I mean, can you say anybody other than it might help if I look at their names. Peterson.
He won the Super Bowl, yeah, but I mean before they won that, did we feel confident in him last year? I guess he just got there, so
I'm gonna say that was last year. Now after a year. I feel a lot better. I still don't think Gruden in Washington. I don't understand why he still has a job.
I don't either.
Jason Garrett, he sucked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just willing to carry out whatever message Jerry is willing to deliver. Yeah. And even he may be on the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? On the hot seat, 3-4 and the other person is now Pat Shmurmur. We're gonna see what he do with the Giants. He's been a good coordinator.
Yeah.
We're going to see how he does as a head coach.
Doesn't this division seem like nothing but coordinators? Like the head coaches?
Yeah, it seems like most of the coaches these days, you kind of look around the league, most of them are really coordinators from recent memory. You know what I'm saying?
Came up in the ranks, basically.
Ain't too many even, you look at somebody who's been in the position for a long time, like Bill Belichick, he was a coordinator.
Yeah. I guess what I mean by that is I don't get a feeling of a strong leader out of most of these guys. They seem like twos.
I got y'all. I'm slow. I'm slow tonight. I'm slow. You're talking about the guys that we're always talking about. They better off coordinators than coaches.
Yeah, these guys seem like twos. Don't seem like no ones. Like anybody can walk in the locker room like we got to get this shit together. You're like, yeah, whatever. I'm back to my phone. Right. It really doesn't seem like no leaders here.
But I like Peterson. I mean, because even even after Carson Wentz goes down last year, they had that hot start. He goes down. Everybody like, oh shit. And most times than not, that team don't go all the way like the Eagles did.
Yeah, they could have went the other way completely.
Yeah, exactly. Most times it goes the other way.
I believe he tore up his knee in L.A. That could have went the other way. So they pulled that together. All right, the quarterback rankings. It's pretty much Carson Wentz. I need to see a little bit more out of Mr. Dakota. I think it's going to be a whole lot on him this year as far as with running that team. And Eli Manning is Eli Manning. What you think Alex Smith going to bring this year?
Hey, man, from September until he went to D.C., it gets colder in D.C. a little sooner. From September to whenever it get cold, Alex going to be hot. Because his arm gonna be warm.
I gotta put you on the spot. I gotta put you on the spot.
What's that?
Are you transferring your I refuse to pick to the Washington Redskins now that Alex Smith is there? Because you remember how you just quit on picking the Chiefs last year. You said you weren't gonna trust them no more.
Oh, I mean, that was just for last year, because how they were playing last year. Hey, The
It's still
Redskins,
Alex, though.
yeah, it's still Alex. I mean, 8-8, 9-7. I haven't looked at their schedule, but they'll probably be somewhere around there. They're going to depend a lot on Jordan Reed, and we know he is not immune to being on the injury list.
He's a training room all-star.
Exactly.
So,
And their main receiver is what, Jamison Crowder?
possibly. No, they well, I guess you could say that. They signed the dude from Seattle, Paul Richardson, so
Paul, okay, they finna go that route with that. Oh, they're gonna try that thing. Okay, they're gonna go
try
to
to make a one out of a three.
right, like they did Javon. Was it Javon Curse? Jermaine Curse, the other guy that was in Seattle that time. Well, they didn't try to make him a one, but
And hell, last year with well, Terrell Pryor was hurt, I think, because I don't believe he would have just sucked as bad as he did last year if he wasn't hurt.
right.
That's another story.
Speaking of the quarterbacks, real quick,
What you got?
I think was it last week? Maybe the week before last. We talked about somebody put out an article about it was NFL Network. They had the top 100 players or whatever.
Yeah.
And Carson Wentz was like the first quarterback, or
He was like two or three.
He was somewhere high, right?
Yeah, top 5.
Okay. Yeah, he's top 5 overall players.
Overall, yeah.
So ESPN released a quarterback tier ranking, and he was second tier on that list.
Right, but you know what we always said, that top 100, don't the players vote on that mostly?
I believe so, but it's I brought that up to say that these lists, these rankings, and everything is really it's just lip service, it's entertainment to hold y'all over until the season starts because most of them are bullshit. Yeah.
I mean, hell, like I said before, I'm a Cam Newton fan, but shit, I didn't think he was the 25th best player last year, and they had him 25 in the top 100. 25, but then he was in tier 2, like you said, with this ESPN list.
Yeah, I mean, I think he belongs in tier 2 with the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Top 25 players.
Yeah, I had an issue. I don't believe Matt Stafford is better than him right now.
I know they're going to get mostly quarterbacks those high rankings. I already know that. And outside of your very, very skilled position players, AB, Lev Bell, them kind of guys, and some defenders like Von Miller, Khalil Mack, them kind of guys. Most of it's going to be offensive related.
Yeah.
So I can probably see where he would fall in the 25 range. But, I mean, it's just hard to do 25, the overall players, because you got offense, defense. You just got a lot
exactly.
Of
that's hard to do.
Yeah.
But let's stay on course. Let's jump into the champs. All right, total offense, they were ranked 7th. 13th in passing, what is this, 3rd in rushing. Total defense, 4th. They ranked 4th in giveaway, takeaway. Their offensive line was ranked number 1 last year. All right, we're going to stay strictly at the champs at this moment. Do you think they got a good shot, if healthy, of repeating?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But that's one of the main things in NFL always. It ain't really about the health. The skill is always about health. Mm-hmm. A phrase that they use a lot in basketball, the best availability
is availability.
Is availability. So, we'll see. They did good last year, even when people got hurt. So,
yeah,
they got a deep squad. I mean, they had Jason Peters, future Hall of Fame left tackle, go down. I forget the guy's name that stepped in this place. They didn't really skip a beat. Carson Wentz probably was an MVP front runner at the time. Goes out to ACL. Nick Foles steps in. I can't say they don't miss any beats because they had a couple of struggles the first couple of weeks he was in there.
Yeah, but Nick Foles looked like shit.
They won the fucking Super Bowl. So, Philly got depth. Still got depth. They added some pieces this year, I want to say.
They lost LeGarrette Blount. They replaced Torrey Smith with Mike Wallace. I think that's an upgrade. They lost Vinny Curry. Michael Kendricks is gone. And Brent Selleck retired. Brent Selleck played a long damn time. He played with Donovan McNabb, and he was still there last year.
Yeah.
Damn. But what's the biggest question you got heading into the season for them?
For Philly, just basically, what is Carson Wentz? I got a few actually. Is Carson Wentz going to be able to? Is he going to be fully healthy? Is he going to be able to duplicate what he did last year? Because he's not a rookie no more.
No.
People going to be coming for them because you're the champ. People going to be gunning for you. So how do you respond now that you got a target on your back?
Yes, sir.
So That's what I'm looking forward to see how they respond to that, because you got a couple other teams in your division that are not expected to be as down as they were last year. One, of course, I don't think the New York Giants will be anywhere near as bad as they were last year.
No, sir.
The Cowboys will have Zeke back for a full season and fully focused without having that case hanging over his head.
Yes, sir.
Shit, even the Redskins will be competitive. I probably got them bringing up the rear of this division, but you got a steady quarterback in Alex Smith. He ain't flashy. He ain't gonna probably quote unquote win you too many games, but he ain't gonna really lose you too many either. You know what I'm saying? So
I think the biggest loss for Philly this offseason that people ain't really talking about, the offensive coordinator is the coach of the Indianapolis Colts now. People, y'all got to take into consideration when these coordinators leave. Everything don't always be the same. I know Doug Peterson, is primarily the play caller and everything.
right.
Frank Reich worked with Carson Wentz and got him to this point from what I've read and seen.
Mm-hmm.
I take it back to the Falcons last year when what's his name, Shanahan. He's coaching y'all now.
Right.
He put the offense in 16? That offense was booming. It was not the same offense in 17.
Nah.
So, not at all. So, when you lose them coordinators, it makes a difference. And, when you win, the coordinators be the first thing to go. That's the price of success. Let's jump on into America's team. That's what they call
them. Man, fuck them.
Okay. Off top.
Well, fuck they owner. How about that?
Yeah, that works too. The Dallas Cowboys. All right. I said they went 9-7 last year. Last year just really seemed like, first of all, we said off top, Zeke should have took them 6 early on. They might have would have went somewhere if he'd just went ahead and got them 6 out the way. But that case carried on. He was going to play. He wasn't going to play.
Right.
Back and forth in court and shit. And the one thing I think that came out of all of that was, I can't speak for you, but I don't think Dak Prescott is ready to carry a team just yet, people. Not just yet.
Yeah, it didn't really look like it last year. And you look at this year, Jason Witten, gone. Dez Bryant, gone. Terrence Williams, I don't know what the hell they're doing with him, but he sucks anyway, but he's in and out of court too, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And they're basically bringing in Allen Hurns to be their number 1 receiver.
Basically.
I like Allen Hurns in Jacksonville but as a number 2. But as we just talked about less than 5 minutes ago about trying to make 2s 1s.
He was like a 3.
Well, last year he was. I'm going back to that year.
Where, he had 10 touchdowns.
He had 10 touchdowns, and Allen Robinson broke out with 15 in that same year. Right. Remember, that was a year that had everybody saying, okay, maybe Blake Bortles has turned the corner, and then
wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. But Dallas, okay, they ranked 14th in offense, 8th in defense, giveaway, takeaway, 16th. The problem was Dak had 13 interceptions. Their offensive line was still ranked 4th. People, it's a big difference when your second down is like 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3. Zeke was getting almost 4 to 6 yards a carry on the first down. That wasn't happening because he wasn't on the field a good portion of the time, or he wasn't necessarily focused as he should have been. The offensive line was hurt. Tyron Smith was hurt. But, 26 in passing will not cut it. That just simply won't do.
Because a lot of the passes that Dak completed underneath throws.
Mm-hmm.
Shit in the flat. Swing pass.
Check down Charlie last year.
There you go.
He was check down Charlie. One stat that I pulled for this year's numbers compared to last year is 3rd down offensive percentage and 3rd down defensive percentage. Getting off the field, they were ranked 27th as far as 3rd down. And converting 3rd downs, they were 10th. That goes off of how many they went for and how many they stopped. That defense stayed on the field a lot more than it necessarily should have last year, even though they had a rank of 8. But I'm expecting a different team this year. I don't believe they're going to go super high because I don't like their coach. I think he's a joke. But Jerry likes him. So what do you think he has to do to get fired?
Go 3-13, maybe.
You think?
I mean, come out, get caught, on camera or even in the locker room eating Pizza Hut or Little Caesars or Domino's.
That's right. That's Jerry's people.
Not much, you know what I'm saying? Now, we mentioned additions. I mentioned Allen Hurns, Tavon Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what they do with him because I think him and Cole Beasley going to be fighting for playing time.
Ain't they like the same dude, basically?
Yeah, exactly.
One Cole can flow, though.
I was about to say one got a rap album and the other one don't. And it ain't the black guy. MC Beasley bear. Hey, before I get too far off track, I listened to a couple of songs. They weren't that bad.
They weren't that bad.
Shout out to Cole Beasley. Do your thing on that mic, son. Drop them hot 16. I've read some things over the last couple of weeks saying that they may start to use Tavon out of the backfield. Because they really just want to get him the ball and get him in space. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be on passes. They just want to get him the ball and get him in space. But I'm thinking, how does that work when you got a back like Zeke who don't come off the field really?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe you could see some two back sets.
Yeah.
They used to run some of that a few years ago with who was the back before DeMarco?
Marion Barber.
Like Marion Barber, Felix Jones. Remember they used to run both of them out of the backfield, that kind of shit.
They did.
Maybe something like that.
Hey, Marion the Barbarian was a beast for like a year.
Hey, I give him 2 years. I give him 2 years. Give him 2. Now, what you think? You think Randy Gregory gonna keep his nose clean? No pun intended. You know.
I gotta believe so. Because homie had to go get a real job. He had to go get a real job. I gotta believe that he's gonna say, "I'm young enough to get this shit together. I don't want to go down the route at what's the boy from y'all team?
Alton Smith.
Alton Smith. You know, we've seen a lot of success stories in regards to this. All right, pauses.
All right, one more. People will be back. Commercial break. AA Sports, baby, straight sports, no chaser. All right, people, we appreciate that. We are back. We were just discussing, finishing up talking about the Dallas Cowgirls. Boys, excuse me. What you see this team doing this year? You think they're a playoff contender?
That's tough. I think they're gonna miss those 70 balls from Dez, the 60 from Witten, and about the 12 touchdowns they had combined. They have a really unproven play makers, wide receivers, ball catchers. They're unproven. So we're going to see. And I'm not convinced that Dak is the type of quarterback at this point that can just lead a team and throw these guys to make them better. So we're going to definitely see. But I think they're going to lean on the run game. I'm expecting this defense to be better. The one thing I'd like to see them do, go ahead and throw that second-round pick to Seattle and go ahead and get Earl Thomas.
They have to that secondary, they've got to improve that at some point. This is going on how many years? Secondary?
About 3 or 4, give or take.
Longer than that. I'm thinking back to like Mo Claiborne and shit.
You talking about that bust that they traded up to get? He's doing better with the Jets, but they drafted him at 6. He don't play for them no more. So, we shall see.
I think they can challenge for. I think they can challenge for a wild card spot. But the NFC is deep, so ultimately, I think they're going to be on the outside looking in.
I think Zeke is going to have a really good season.
Yeah, he might as well get ready because he's finna get some miles put on him.
About 400 touches, give or take.
Hey, y'all saw what they did to DeMarco Murray.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to see. But the one thing I do expect to come out this season, I expect that Jason Garrett will get fired this summer. He has to.
I'm expecting that as well.
He has to. So, all right, the New York Football Giants. Well, you can't get any worse unless you go 0-16. So we have to expect they're going to get better. They're going to get better. Do you think it was a mistake not drafting a quarterback of the future?
I don't, because you remember how it was when everybody was talking. That whole thing went down last year with Eli. I always felt that Eli still had some years left in him.
Yeah,
it definitely hurts when you don't have your number one receiver. Okay,
your
number two receiver goes down. Your slot receiver is in and out of the lineup all year. You have no run game. The offensive line sucked. And your high-priced defense that you just spent a shitload of money on 2 years prior just either didn't come to play or felt that the offense was so fucked up they just said the hell with it. Whatever the case may be.
Keep it real, dog. That defense quit. Keep it real.
Whatever the case may be, it is what it is. So I don't expect all those things to happen this year. So I'm expecting New York Giants to be a lot better.
Shit, one thing they did to help themselves, they got rid of Ben McAdoo.
That helps.
That helps, but Eli. The reason why I asked that question is, I don't expect them to be picking that high again anytime soon, at least. Right. So, it seemed like you could have got somebody and sat them down for 2 years, maybe. But Saquon really is what they need. So now,
they already had Davis Webb. Not just saying that he's the future, but
that was a third round.
Summers pretty much said he thinks Eli's got 3 or 4 more years. And,
easily, they're saying that.
Saying? So if you think that, there's no need to draft a quarterback, especially in the first round where you would have had to go to get one of these top tier guys in this draft. Well, they had the third pick, but they needed a running back much more. I think they needed a quarterback at this state.
One thing people seem to forget when they talk about these Super Bowls is the common denominator when the Giants won those 2 Super Bowls, they had a good running game and they had a defense. Eli was making good throws, but Eli wasn't, winning the games by itself. He had a run game to depend on. He had a defense, a pass rush. So it seems like they're bringing these pieces back together to get it done. And the one thing he didn't have when they were winning them Super Bowls, he didn't have an Odell Beckham on the outside. He didn't. So you got an Odell and if he has a running game and all this other stuff, Eli should be able to do good for the next 3 to 4 years. Shit, we know he ain't taking no hits. We know that.
It's either a pick or that ball getting thrown in the dirt. One of the two.
One or the other. That's it. Nothing else. But we talked about it last week. Odell is probably gonna get that 20. I know we said before he probably wouldn't, but the way these deals are going, Odell's probably gonna get that 20, people. Now the question is, does he get it off bat, or do they make him play the franchise game for a couple of years?
He is doing a very courageous thing by coming to camp, suiting up, out there playing and taking that risk.
Off a broken ankle last year?
Broken ankle. Before getting that bag. I'm thinking though, because he came to camp and everything, doing it, air quotes for the people listening that don't see us, doing it the right way.
Yeah.
I think they'll pay him.
Odell will get his money if he simply stays out the news for the bullshit. They want to keep him there. He's a star. What did we say? We should do that one day for a show. Rock stars in sports.
Rock stars in sports.
He's on that level with Bryce Harper. He's a rock star. Yeah. A legit rock star. I can't recall an NFL player that's been on that level of rock star. And,
Prime maybe?
Prime, you have to go back almost 20 years.
That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
I was going to say Michael Vick, but Michael Vick wasn't accepted everywhere.
Yeah, he was more for us in Atlanta, whether you were a Falcon fan or not, and he was kind of like an Allen Iverson.
Yes.
He was more looked up to and saluted, in the inner city by black kids, by minorities. Not to say that other cultures and nationalities didn't like him, but he was more of, our kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So Vic is a little different. Odell is every genre.
Every genre.
You know what I'm saying? And he can move in and out of different areas of entertainment, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? He can go do different things. I won't be surprised if he ends up doing some TV or something. You know what I'm saying? Just off of his personality. So Odell's a different monster, and the fact that he's in New York
all day.
They want to keep him.
They're not going to let go of the biggest star in the league right now. They're not going to do that. We're not saying the best player in the league, but the biggest star,
right?
He's kind of up there. Him and Tom Brady are like there. So So I'm thinking he's gonna get that bag. He just gotta stay out the media for that bullshit. Just stop. You know, if you're gonna be on the media, make some more of them dancing videos. They love that shit. You know, Kiki and all that. But what do you think is? Well, I guess the biggest question is, will they protect Eli?
I was
If he
gonna say
has
one
time,
big
okay.
that's gonna be big because they're moving
Eric Flowers.
Eric Flowers to the right side, hoping to get more out of him from that side. I forget who they are putting in that left tackle, but yeah, that's they have to protect.
That's the boy from the Patriots, Nate Solder.
Solder, that's right. So the offensive line, you think the offensive line would be better? You know, bringing somebody in that's like Solder alone. You know, even though Eric Flowers sucked on the left side last year, he's got a year of experience. I'm pretty sure he's coming back hungry because he want to show that he ain't a bust, which is what people get ready to label him as.
Right.
So you should be set on the ends. Now, I don't really know too much about their interior linemen to even, you know, really comment on that. But overall, I think the line will be better. I think as a team overall, they will be better. You know?
I mean, that defense performed that first year, but I mean, they quit last year.
And then they had a cancer in the locker room in DRC.
Yeah, and Eli Apple was having his issues.
Right, that didn't help at all. The Giants just what they saying now? They're saying just throw the whole XYZ away, throw the whole shit away from last year. Yeah. They were fucked.
Man, I believe a lot of that had to do with that coach because he fucking sucked. He just did.
He's ass.
So and he's gone. So such is life. All right, let's move on to the Washington Redskins. This is a team to where it's really hard every year to say what they're gonna do. They might mess around and end up in the playoffs, or they might mess around and be 3-13.
You never know, right?
It's somewhere in between with them every year. Jay Gruden is not a good coach to me. He's not. He's just not. You know, I'm so interested to see what this team does now that they ain't got Kirk Cousins to blame everything on. I mean, defense didn't play, it was Cousins' fault. Running game wasn't running, it was Cousins' fault. Everything happened.
It was like that, whose fault was it?
It's everything. Everything is his fault.
No, I'm just saying. And before Kirk Cousins, whose fault was it? It was RG3's fault.
Oh, everything was RG3's fault.
So it seems to always be the quarterback's fault, nobody else's.
Yeah, always.
That's what I'm getting at. So Alex Smith, get ready.
100 on that.
You get ready, Alex Smith.
But it seems like they spent all that money on that defense. You got Josh Norman. You got, a couple players back there. They draft well as far as defensive players, but it don't seem to come together. I don't know what to make of this team, straight up.
The Redskins are never in the conversation for being an up-and-coming team. You never hear them and hear anybody saying, hey, watch out for the Redskins this year. But they never in the, all right, this team is going to be in the hunt for a number one pick next year. You know what I'm saying? They are the ultimate fly under the radar team.
Middle of the road.
Always.
That's it.
8-8. Rename this team Jeff Fisher.
That's it. I mean, that's legit where they are every year, every single year. Now, I harken back to this last year. How many games did they go in and win that we were like, how the hell they win that game? But the ones they were supposed to win, they lost. Like they went up to Seattle, beat Seattle. Right. They went to New Orleans, beat New Orleans. I want to say they went to Houston and beat the Texans when they was hot. I mean, it was a lot of games they were supposed to lose. They won, but then the games that they were supposed to win, they lost. And
then they almost lost to us with not even with Jimmy, with CJ Beathard as a quarterback.
Yep.
So yeah, this team is garbage, man.
And they got Alex Smith, and y'all. I'm gonna look in the people. I'm looking at the camera. And I say this. Alex Smith ain't that much better than Kirk Cousins. I don't even believe he's better than him, quite frankly.
He'll probably throw 5 or 6 less picks.
That's it.
But that's about it.
I don't believe the yard to be up there because Cousins was giving you 4,000 to 4,500.
Cousins gonna swing that thing now. And that's the thing with Alex. You're not gonna get as many turnovers and what have you, but you ain't gonna get as many yards and the down the field plays and the chunk plays. You're not gonna get those either.
You're not gonna get that. Now, if he can stay on the field, Jordan Reed's gonna eat with Alex Smith because Captain Checkdown gonna see about you. He's got to get out the training room. I don't know if that's necessarily a possibility because I believe his issue is concussion. So who knows? But I just, hey man, they're gonna go 7-9, or they're gonna sneak into the playoffs at 9-7, some kind of way.
The biggest question mark I have for this team, and this is going on if we talk about teams who have the same issues year after year after year. Who the hell is going to run the ball for this team?
Well, they picked up Darius Geis. I thought that was a steal in the second round.
Okay, yeah, I forget about the rookie.
That was a steal in the second round, but I mean, they got to be better than what they did last year. They were 28th in rushing.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm just looking at the list, and I'm like, okay, Thompson, Kelly, Perrine again. Who gonna be the main guy? But I totally forgot about Geis coming in there. So
because that's 3 names on there: Perrine, Thompson, and also you did say Kelly. My bad. 3 dudes. And you got a combined 1,091 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Out of 3 guys.
3 dudes.
Now, Chris Thompson, he's a running back, but he's more like a slot receiver.
Yeah.
Is he the third? He was a third down guy. You know what I'm saying? He got to catch balls out of the backfield. But still, yeah, that's pretty pitiful.
And these 2 cats, Crowder with 66 balls and Vernon with 43, those were the leaders on that team last year.
Old ass Vernon Davis. Shout out to Vernon
All
Davis.
That shit was Kirk Cousins' fault. With these were his top 2 receivers, but that was all his fault. What's gonna be funny? He's lighting it up there in Minnesota, winning, and these suckers still out here blaming him for everything.
Because he got weapons in Minnesota.
He got weapons in the defense.
Got weapons and a defense. You're right. Too bad he gonna lose week 1.
Oh, I got smoke for that, but we ain't got time for it today.
All
right, let's get to it. Division winner. Who you got?
Rolling with them boys from the brotherly love city, Philly.
Yeah, Philly gonna win. They're gonna win the division again. I go back to it. New England, y'all was fucked in the Super Bowl when they came out the dreams and nightmares. It was done. It was done. The game was over with then.
Where's that?
So, all right, biggest disappointment. It's hard to see what a disappointment is in this division.
Cowboys.
I'm not expecting much though. I'm expecting
I'm not, but on the national stage, of course, they get the media hype and all that shit every year. People think because they went 9-7 last year.
They went 9-7.
That's actually pretty decent considering all the shit that they went through, the holes that they had to fill. The lack of whatever Dak is lacking right now. So you expecting them to be a little bit better this year? I don't see it. I think they probably game wise, just record wise, they may actually take a step back.
7-9.
You know what I'm saying?
They're taking an L week 1 off top. So
who they play week 1? Some puppies or something?
Nah, we some dogs.
Kitty cat.
No puppies. We some dogs over here.
Yeah. Hey, this ain't the time. This ain't the time to be quoting Jameis Winston.
That's true. Hey, that's kind of on some R. Kelly shit, huh?
Right.
I like the quotes, but
that ain't the guy to be quoting right now.
Now I feel like a creep.
Go take a bath. Wash that shit off.
All right. Bold prediction for this division. Do you got one? I'm gonna go real bold with mine. Go
ahead while I think about this a little bit more.
I'm not afraid to fail people, but the Giants gonna win this division.
Damn, I swear we've been knowing each other too long. I was going to go that way, but I was like, no, you just picked the Eagles to win the division, so you can't do that anymore. I'm gonna go another route. Saquon Barkley has more rushing yards than Ezekiel Elliott.
Ooh, that's sexy.
That's stupid, but
it's possible.
That's the only thing I can come up with right now.
That's pretty possible. What Zeke put up, about? So we thinking maybe 1,600?
I'm thinking player-wise. I think ability-wise, Saquon could possibly be Zeke, but he don't have the line Zeke got. So I think that's what makes it a bold prediction.
Yeah, that's true. But they did draft the lineman in the third round who was highly rated also. They got Solder. They still got Flowers. It's very possible, but they turn this thing around. But that's pretty bold. So either one of them can work out. Either one of them.
I'm going to have to write that down so we can remember that.
Yeah. Write that one down. That would be up there with that Timothy Bradley shit because the people think they believe that Zeke going to get 3,000 yards this year.
Combined with passing, receiving and rushing?
Yeah, passing, receiving, rushing, special teams. Zeke going to have 3,000 yards. That's what them fanboys think.
Boy, stop.
Right. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, good times. The Eagles, y'all got it done. Shout out to that boy Eric from Cane and Ice. You know,
Shout out to Kane.
we're gonna see what happens with it. But I don't see a legit threat. I took that bold statement, but I need to see. But there's no reason that Philly should not win this division again. There's no reason.
Yeah, I don't see any reason. I don't see any reason they shouldn't win it either.
So, all right, the next division we will get on to will be the AFC East. We're doing the Super Bowl teams from last year. We shouldn't spend a lot of time on that AFC East, so we might have to come up with some other stuff to talk about after we talk about New England.
Oh, that's next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I was about to say, boy, the way you segue into that, I was like, oh, damn, we got to do that right now.
Nah. I mean, technically, we could. We can do that right now. New England's gonna win the division again. The rest of them teams gonna be fighting to come in second. That's it.
Bold prediction: Ryan Tannehill gonna have 5,000 passing yards.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction.
That's another. That's dumb as hell.
Bold
Okay.
prediction.
So yeah, we'll get to them next week.
Yeah, it won't be long.
No, not at all. Not at all. Did you have anything else? I did have a couple other basketball little tidbits.
I didn't put no basketball, but since we got finished and we got a little bit of time, we can do them real quick. What you got?
All right. So, of course, we talked about DeMar DeRozan a little bit, but did you see where he came out and said that him and the players felt that they were getting ready to go and go back at it again since LeBron was gone, and he was the he was the roadblock in the way, and the mindset of the team was, hey, we got a real shot here, we getting ready to go back at it, and then he gets traded.
I mean, but you'd been saying that, I'd been saying it. I mean, I think I soured to it initially when I first heard his name come up. Off top, I was like, that's a salary dump. They don't want to pay him. Because why would they not run it back if LeBron was the only thing in the way? Why would you not run it back? Unless they were just flat out scared of Boston and Philly, and they figured we can't beat the two of them.
Like you said, if that was the case, Kyle Lowry would have been the dude to try to move. Even though he makes a little bit more money, but like I said, they had just lost faith in DeRozan, and like you said, I think last week you could see it last in the playoffs when they benched him.
Yeah. But basically, they made two scapegoats in Toronto, Dwayne Casey and DeMar DeRozan. But
pretty much,
hey, it is what it is. Ain't it funny how Kawhi has not had to do a press conference? They took that picture.
I see he passed his physical.
Yeah, he passed his physical. Took a picture, and that's it.
That's it. That's the way Kawhi rolls.
I want you basketball people to stop reporting shit about Kawhi that you hear. Like yesterday, they were saying he was going to show up to the USA thing. Today, it come out he wasn't going to show up. Until he shows up anywhere, stop reporting it. Stop, because you don't know what this cat's going to do. Nobody knows.
Nobody but him and his damn uncle.
He's not talking. Shit, you don't know. There's no way he was going to show up to Vegas with Greg Popovich in charge and play this week. That just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Didn't see it coming. So, he still got to get that Tahoe to Canada. He has shit to
do. You got to check in with Drake.
Yeah, he got shit to do. So, I'm interested to see how that plays out. What you think D-Wade need to do about that Chinese money?
3 years, $25 million.
He don't need the money, but
no, he really don't need the money. I don't think he's gonna take it.
I don't think he will either.
Yeah, he'll end up. He'll figure something out soon.
I mean, he was still giving work in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. He's still one of them cats that's up in the years, but he can still be productive in the right role. And he, unlike Carmelo, was willing to sacrifice his ego for a bench role or a lesser role. Wade understands what he is right now.
Dwayne Wade saw the big picture. These bench guards cannot guard me.
Right.
At all. So second unit, I'm going to eat. He's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday player, which means every other game, he going to give you some work. Carmelo, I pray that you have an epiphany between now and you go to camp. And I'm not falling for those videos no more, homie. No more.
I haven't even watched one.
I saw one the other night. I put it on our personal chat. I ain't falling for that shit, cuz. No, not at all. So, sorry. Yeah. Shout out to Lala, though.
The only video I saw was her leaving dinner with Drake.
Yeah, she's supposed to be Kiki in that new video, from what I've been told.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
They shooting the video down there, so
business meeting.
yeah. Don't let that
what?
dude be around your girl, Mello. She
Not
really ain't.
you know what? I don't think Drake would try Carmelo. Carmelo beat the brakes off Drake.
He was standing out there by that bus waiting on Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, Drake don't want that smoke.
Nah, not at all.
He's not the toughest guy in the streets right now. Going back to Kawhi, another NBA note. Did you see where Danny Green come to find out he had a torn groin that went undetected?
Yep.
Interesting. How many heads about to roll off San Antonio training staff?
But don't they seem like the type of team to where the doctors, they're going to answer to Pop. I'm not saying he's dirty, but they're going to answer to him. So if they say you can play, they're going to make you play. Hey, man, did we ever think in the same summer that the Spurs and the Patriots will be taking these type of L's in public? Just L's.
Yeah, I would say they're mostly public relations L's, but now to answer your question, no, we never saw it.
No, not in the same summer. And I believe the Spurs are going to be good this year. I really believe they.
Well, they will be. I mean, like you said, they were 6th seed last year.
6 or 7, but they was only separated by like 2
a game and a half. Yeah.
3.
So yeah, they could have been a top 3 seed. My last note before we get up out of here, and I meant to put this in open bar.
What's that?
Lamar Odom getting shot at Hooters in Queens. Did you see this?
No.
This happened. Huh?
I thought he put a video out the other week or a picture talking about he was moving to China.
Okay, but he's from Queens.
So he was home and wow.
He was home with some friends. Some shit popped off. They had I think him and his group were leaving the Hooters. The other group was coming in. Some words were exchanged. One of the dudes in the other group pulled out a gun, set it off. Thankfully nobody was, hit or injured or anything. But just the fact that you out here, you fresh off crack rehab and everything, you still out here, you get out here getting shot at. His life is wild, man. It's a wild life, man.
It's hard out here. I couldn't imagine being famous, B. I couldn't imagine.
Right, because people always want to try you, man. People always want to test your gangster.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
You got
anything you want to wrap up with before we get up out of here?
I want to give myself a shout out for winning all 2 games at Top Golf over the weekend. I brought my A game. I want to give myself that shout out. We can get up out of here.
All right. Tell people to reach out on social media.
At ReK6000, holla at me. I talk sports. I got lucky, people. I got lucky.
Hey, man, I'm going to post a picture of that swing. Let the people get a good chuckle.
It ain't shit.
It ain't shit. It ain't shit, and I ain't shit. Hey, so follow your boy at Diego Barish. I'm on Twitter as well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button when you go and watch these 2 ugly ass faces on YouTube. That's the AA Sportscast Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, IG page. Check us out on YouTube. We on the Spreaker app as well, and another 3rd platform coming soon. What's that?
We left something out.
Uh-oh.
Can you tell the people real quick your quarterback this week?
My quarterback. Yes, my quarterback is in the news. He out here with the porn star, the senior citizen porn star.
Yeah.
What's her name? Kiera Mia.
Yeah.
Something like Mia Kiera Mia. One of those.
Did you see his comment today at camp? He was like, that wasn't really a good move. Something to that effect. I was like, Jimmy.
When I saw it, I figured, hey man, Jimmy getting his rocks off is like, because I kept telling you and the homies on the side, hey, as long as he done with her by next Wednesday, being today to start the camp, I don't give a fuck what he do.
And he actually was. He actually legit was done with her by then.
So, yeah, I did read something yesterday that she moved on to some other celebrity like 2 days later.
Oh well, he didn't know no better. Jimmy, go in the back entrance. Call ahead of time, like, hey, can you get me in? Back, because you the star quarterback now, homie. People are looking at you. Gotta move. Gotta move there.
Hey, you know what he was doing?
What's that?
All right. Jimmy out here living his best life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. We finna get up out of here, people. Remember to reach us at AA Sportscast on all those platforms that we mentioned. Uncle Hate, Diego Barishnikov. We up out of here, man. Y'all be easy. Enjoy the NFL camp. Next week, it's the AFC East, baby. We out. Peace.
Peace.